These 50 motorcycle racing moments ought to haunt you, with unforgettable and adrenaline-pumping incidents that define the courage and challenges of motorcycle racing. Number 50. At the Harley-Davidson main event during Round 7 of the 2015 AMA Pro Flat Track season at the Indy Mile, rider Sean Baer was coming out of Turn 4 when he experienced a harrowing moment.
Second, Baker's in the third spot. Whoa!
Oh, big accident there with Sean Baer down really hard.
While gaining speeds upwards of 130 miles per hour along the front straight, he lost control of his bike, leading to a dramatic crash. Baer's motorcycle slid and tumbled, sending him barreling into the wall. Remarkably, Baer managed to catch the outside air cushion bordering the wall. Despite the intensity of the crash, Baer showed remarkable resilience. He was seen moving and removing his helmet unaided. Suffering no major injuries, he took part in his next race just 48 hours later. A sign of toughness by riders and effectiveness of the safety gear. Number 49. During the qualifying round for the 80th Daytona 200, the notorious high banks of Daytona International Speedway posed a significant challenge, especially under the damp and treacherous conditions caused by rain. Rider Christian Miranda confronted these daunting conditions head-on. Unfortunately, the slick track proved too much, leading to this dramatic scene.
Oh, monster crash. He loses the rear and over the top he goes. And sorry, Roger, I made you jump there. You nearly high-sided in front of me. That was a big crash.
Despite the dramatic fall, Miranda remained without suffering any major injuries, a bruised hand and a cut on 3 separate fingers. Safe to say, things could have gone a lot worse. Number 48. During a 2006 Daytona 200 race, rider Miguel Duhamel encountered a dramatic high-side crash. In the heat of the race, while navigating a tight turn, Duhamel pushed his limits, resulting in a loss of control. His bike swerved off the track, leading to this happening.
And just loses the rear end, goes over the front of the motorcycle, right down on his right shoulder.
Despite the abruptness of the incident, Duhamel's quick reflexes were evident. He immediately got up and rushed towards his bike, showcasing the will to go on with the race, a type of determination typical for these professional racers. Number 47. At the 2016 Anaheim Supercross race, emotions reached a boiling point following a contentious encounter on the track. During a semi-final race, riders Weston Peak and Vince Friese, who had a pre-existing rivalry, were involved in a significant incident.
Down goes Pike! Oh, and he is not happy about Friese at all!
That's gonna cost him.
Friese cut off Peak in a maneuver, leading to both riders crashing, but what happened next is hard to believe. This move aggravated Peak. Infuriated, Peak retaliated physically, striking Friese in the aftermath of the crash. This heated exchange led to Peak's immediate disqualification and further penalties from the American Motorcyclist Association, including a 1-race suspension and a $5,000 fine. As for Friese, who was, of course, wearing his helmet, no injuries were present. However, the shock factor was noticeably there. Number 46. At Barber Motorsports Park, during a Medallia Superbike race, challenging weather conditions turned the track into a treacherous terrain. South African rider Matthew Schultz, leading in Superbike Race 1 and nearing victory, experienced a dramatic turn of events when this happened.
And down he goes! Oh, unfortunately, it was just too much. It looked like he kind of rolled off the racetrack.
Holding onto this motorcycle.
He is surfing right now, trying to get that R1.
Schultz lost his grip and slid out, skidding across the wet track for an alarmingly long distance. Schultz's slide, while visually dramatic, fortunately did not result in serious injury, highlighting the will to win. He quickly picked his bike up and zoomed off. A true example of the effectiveness of safety measures in the sport. Number 45. At the AMA Pro GoPro Daytona Sport Bike Final Qualifying Session at New Jersey Motorsports Park, rider James Douglas Beach showcased extraordinary skill on his Yamaha. In what became one of the most astounding moments of the event, Beach experienced a high-side incident, but what happened next was astounding. Miraculously, Beach managed to save himself from what looked like an inevitable fall, skillfully regaining control of his motorcycle in a split second. Number 44. During the Utah Motorsports Campus during the Championship of Utah, Moto Superbike rider Josh Herrin faced a significant setback. In a warm-up session, Herrin, riding for attack performance, suffered a huge crash that looked straight out of a movie. Despite the intensity of the crash, Herrin was fortunate to escape without any injuries. However, the same couldn't be said for his motorcycle, rendering his motorcycle inoperable. Number 43. During a 2017 San Diego Supercross event, rider Jeremy Martin experienced a harrowing moment during the qualifying rounds. After completing a triple jump, his rear tire hit the last hill at such a strong force that this happened.
Takeoff, he comes up short. Just ragdolls, and notice
In an unreal scene, Martin managed to, in a smooth-like transition, land on both feet, avoiding any injuries thanks to his helmet and cushioning along the track. To say he was lucky would be an understatement. Number 42. During a Medallia Superbike race at Brainerd International Raceway, Cameron Beaubier, a prominent rider, encountered a dramatic and dangerous moment. While in the midst of intense racing action, Beaubier's motorcycle lost rear grip, leading to a precarious situation.
31.5.
Oh, Beaubier! Unbelievable! Almost saved it in the middle of the racetrack, and
The bike suddenly regained traction, resulting in a high side ejection that sent Beaubier hurtling onto the track. Remarkably, Beaubier displayed exceptional resilience. After the crash, he was able to get up and carefully crawl into safety from the track and zooming riders, walking away with no major injuries. Had he been hit by any rider at those astronomical speeds, the outcome could have vastly changed. Number 41. In a Supercross event in San Diego, rider Adam Cianciarulo experienced a dramatic and intense crash. While navigating the challenging course, Cianciarulo lost control of the rear of his bike, resulting in a wild, uncontrollable motion.
But he loses the rear, and once that thing's going, he's for a passenger. Blew his boots open, that's how bad it was. So
the crash was so forceful that it blew his boots open. Regardless of the intensity of the incident, Cianciarulo was able to quickly get back on his feet, suffering no major injuries. A testament to the strong fortitude of riders. Number 40. At Ridge Motorsports Park, Josh Herrin, riding for Warhorse HSBK Racing, crashed his Ducati Panigale V4R, shortly after setting the pole position in the Medallia Superbike event. The crash, resulting from a loss of control in a demanding section of the track, caused significant damage to the bike. Fortunately, Herrin was not injured in the incident and remarkably walked away unharmed. Number 39. During the Medallia Superbike race won at Road America, rider Zach Butler was coming out of the last turn and heading towards the front straightaway. However, what no one was expecting was this to happen.
I think this is coming out of the last turn. Yeah, it is, and it blows up down the front straightaway.
Butler's bike dramatically malfunctioned, going up in smoke as the bike's engine blew up on the front straightaway. This caused a significant amount of coolant to spill onto the track, and therefore possibly causing danger for others. Knowing this, Butler quickly maneuvered the damaged bike to the right-hand side, efficiently handling the emergency and minimizing the risk to himself and other riders. The definition of staying calm under fiery situations. Number 38. During the 2021 Moto America Twins Cup Race 2 at Road Atlanta, a dramatic series of events unfolded. Caleb DeKirel was suffering a loss of coolant on his motorcycle. As if things couldn't get worse, this happened.
Slow down there too. Oh no! It takes out Jody Berry with him. 3 of our top 4 down. Standish, who looked like he was out of the podium picture, and bikes are coming all over the place. That's Tony Comstock.
Setting off a chain reaction and following DeCairill's crash, 3 other Aprilia riders, Hayden Schultz, Jody Berry, and Toby Kamsuk, also found themselves wiped out. This multiple rider incident caused significant concern, leading to the race being red flagged. Remarkably, despite the chaos and the series of crashes, all riders involved were able to walk away without serious injuries. However, the damage to their bikes was substantial enough that none of the riders could restart the race. Number 37. During Supersport Race 2 at Brainerd International Raceway, a major crash occurred involving riders Andrew Forsyth and Justin Beamer. In a moment that sent shockwaves through the event, both riders experienced frightening incidents that immediately brought the race to a halt, leading to a red flag. Despite the severity of the crash, both Forsyth and Beamer were fortunately not injured. They were understandably shaken by the experience, but were able to walk away from the track without any serious harm. Number 36. In a Yuasa Stock 1000 championship race at the Virginia International Raceway, rider Corey Alexander encountered a precarious situation when, in a split second, his bike suffered a severe highside, becoming unstable and veering off course. Fortunately, the air fence at the track prevented any serious injuries, allowing Alexander to escape with minimal harm. A lucky outcome in an unlucky incident. Number 35. During the first practice session at New Jersey Motorsports Park, Medallia Superbike rider Ashton Yates experienced a challenging moment.
5 right there, and oh, what a ride that was.
Riding for Aftercare Scheibe Racing BMW, Yates lost control of his motorcycle, resulting in a noticeable deviation from his intended racing line. This loss of control led to Yates being thrown to the ground in what could have been a severe crash. Despite the potential for serious injury in such situations, Yates was fortunate to escape without any serious injuries. Number 34. During the Revit Twins Cup race at New Jersey Motorsports Park, championship hopeful rider Gus Rodeo faced a significant setback.
Gus crashes! Gus Rodeo, same sort of spot on the... Here it is.
Competing for rodeo racing, Rodeo encountered treacherous wet conditions that, in a split second, led to this dramatic scene. As his Aprilia motorbike spun out, the race was red flagged. Despite the high stakes of the championship, the immediate concern was for Rodeo's safety. Thankfully, Rodeo managed to crawl off the track, narrowly avoiding the danger of oncoming traffic. He was up and moving, signifying his positive well-being. Number 33. During a 2012 AMA Superbike event in Road Atlanta, rider Jake Gahn was traversing through a challenging part of the track. As he was making his way up into a corner, this happened.
Right here, yeah, up the hill, turn 1 we go.
Looks like the third rider in your screen.
No, the fourth
rider in your screen. Oh, a high side.
That's, wow. That's a tough one for Jay. That's a hard crash.
A severe high side caused Gani to abruptly fall into the middle of the track. As he hit the ground, 4 riders zoomed past him as Gagny quickly got up and walked towards safety. Astonishingly, thanks to Gagny's quick thinking and his protective gear, he avoided any major injuries. Number 32. During a high-octane superbike race, Jake Gain once more found himself in a perilous situation following a crash. The incident occurred mid-race, with Gain losing control of his motorcycle, leading to a crash on the track.
And Cam Peterson, this is a good sign from him. Oh!
Gagne's down!
Gagne is down on the exit of turn number 2. You can see now everybody's going to be going every direction.
In the moments following the crash, Gagne faced the immediate danger of oncoming race traffic. Displaying quick reflexes and awareness, he managed to dodge the other riders, avoiding further collisions and, amazingly, walking away unharmed, avoiding what could have been a major disaster. Number 31. During a 2022 King of the Baggers race, a dramatic turn of events featuring renowned British rider Jeremy McWilliams occurred when, in a turn, this happened. While riding his Indian Challenger motorcycle, his lean angle increased too much, causing him to get dragged as he rolled to the gravel before coming to a stop. Despite the intensity of the crash, McWilliams remarkably and quickly got up, suffering no serious injuries, only a damaged bike. Number 30. During a Daytona 200 race, riders Richie Escalante and Josh Herron were involved in an unexpected incident when, in a tight turn, Herron got too close for comfort. That's when this happened.
Herron going up the inside, and he takes him out. Wow. Oh.
Although safe from any injuries, the incident resulted in visible frustration from Escalante, Herron with the clean inside line, and Escalante going wide, highlighting the sometimes inevitable incidents of racing. Number 29. During a Medallia Superbike qualifying round at Brainerd International Raceway, Corey Alexander experienced a dramatic crash. During a high-speed run, Alexander's bike went airborne, coming to a halt only when it hit a fence. In a split second, he was thrown off and swerved off the track. Despite the severity of the crash, Alexander was able to get up immediately, sustaining no major injuries, the best outcome happening in the worst scenario. Number 28. During a motorcycle race, rider Stefano Mesa narrowly escaped a severe accident. After approaching an upcoming turn at high speeds, Mesa seemed to increase his lean angle too much. As he got to the point of no return, this happened.
Hard with each other, right?
Oh,
Mesa goes down!
Oh, no! Oh.
As Mesa, along with his bike, got dragged to the outskirts of the track, Mesa miraculously avoided the airborne 300 pounds from hitting him as the bike violently flipped countless times. Mesa quickly got up, indicating his well-being and the end of what could have been a much grave disaster. Number 27. At Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta, defending Medallia Superbike champion Jake Gagne faced intense pressure following Danilo Petrucci's 2 wins at the Circuit of the Americas. In Race 1, with Petrucci close behind, this happened.
These two are pushing each other to lap time. Oh, and Gagne pushes it too hard.
Gagne tucked the front, leading to a significant crash, which ultimately handed the victory to Petrucci. Despite the dramatic and unexpected turn of events, Gagne remained unharmed physically, but emotionally, not the same story. Number 26. In his Supersport debut at Road Atlanta, Tyler Scott experienced a frightening crash during the second lap. The most alarming aspect was when this happened.
None of these.
Oh, rider down.
Now we got a rider down.
Well, this is dangerous.
This is where it gets bad here. This is.
Scott's bike swerved into the middle of the track, creating a dangerous situation for him as well as other riders. By some miracle, no passing riders or Scott himself were injured. A lucky outcome in what could have been a disastrous scenario. Number 25. During a motorcycle race at Barber Motorsports Park in Alabama, rider Michael Beck was in a fierce battle for the lead when, in a split second, this happened. Beck was involved in a severe highside, attempting to take control of his bike before failing to do so and getting launched to the side of the track. Despite the spectacular nature of the crash, Beck emerged unharmed, being up and okay shortly after the incident. Number 24. At the Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta in 2021, defending Moto America Supersport champion Richie Escalante experienced a significant crash during the second qualifying session. The crash was a notable moment in the event, drawing attention to the challenges even seasoned champions face on the track. Despite the intensity of the crash, Escalante remarkably came out of it unscathed. However, his Kawasaki ZX-6OR was not as fortunate and sustained substantial damage. Number 23. In a dramatic turn of events during the Stock 1000 race at Pittsburgh International Race Complex, Suzuki rider Wyatt Ferris encountered a major setback. After crashing early in the race, Ferris's bike caught on fire, a rare and alarming situation in motorcycle racing. The seriousness of the incident necessitated a red flag, halting the race temporarily. Ferris, in a remarkable display of presence of mind, attempted to save his bike by manning a fire extinguisher. Fortunately, no one was harmed except the bike itself, and the situation was quickly brought under control. Number 22. During the Superbike 1000 Race 1 at Circuit of the Americas in 2016, rider Kyle Wyman experienced a startling incident. In the midst of intense competition, this happened.
But at this point here, Kyle Wyman had a big problem as they headed down that back straightaway, and you can see his bike on fire. And
Wyman's bike suddenly ignited, creating a tense and unusual situation on the track. Despite the intensity of the situation, Wyman, mostly thanks to his suit, handled the incident with composure and surprisingly sustained no burns or severe injuries. Number 21. At Barber Motorsports Park in Alabama, rider Rocco Landers had an unexpected encounter during his race. In a remarkably close call, this happened. Landers just narrowly avoided colliding with an incoming deer that had found its way onto the track. A stark reminder of the unforeseen variables that can come into play in motorcycle racing, adding an extra element of unpredictability and danger to an already challenging sport. Number 20. In a Stock 1000 race at Road America, riders Nolan Lamkin and Gabriel Da Silva experienced a significant on-track incident. The two riders got together during the race, leading to this tense moment. As both riders collided with each other, Lamkin was visibly frustrated with Da Silva and the officials after informing him he couldn't go back out into the race. But on the bright side, both riders escaped with no injuries. Number 19. Sean Dylan Kelly, riding for Team Hammer in a supersport race, encountered a dramatic high-side crash. In a moment that caught everyone's attention, this happened.
Sean Dylan Kelly's not close. Oh, Sean Dylan Kelly's big crash, big crash.
Sean Dylan Kelly with a huge mistake, a high-side tumble.
Kelly was launched over the handlebars of his motorcycle and dragged for several feet before coming to a stop in the gravel. Motionless for a second or two, spectators watch and wonder if he's okay after the incident. But fortunately, confirmed by sources, Kelly remained uninjured. Number 18. At the Barber Motorsports Park round of the Moto America Superbike Series, Italian rider Claudio Corti experienced a severe high-side crash during race 1. Despite the vicious nature of the crash, Corti amazingly suffered no major injuries. Demonstrating remarkable resilience and determination, he made a comeback to finish 8th overall and 4th in the Superstock category in race 2 later that very same day. Number 17. During the second race of the National Guard Superbike Championship at New Jersey Motorsports Park, Tommy Hayden of Rockstar Makita Yoshimura Suzuki faced a challenging moment. As Hayden was approaching turn 1 and braking hard, this happened. Hayden's back wheel lifted, leading to a front tuck and causing his motorbike to flip violently. Despite the severity of the crash, Hayden remained unharmed, a testament to the effectiveness of safety equipment and protocols in professional motorcycle racing. Number 16. During the second Supersport race at Pittsburgh International Race Complex, French rider Valentin Debise experienced a dramatic high-side while battling with J.D. Beach and Hayden Gillum.
And he loses the rear really early, and That's a horrible kind of high side. It kind of high sides you off the inside, but when you get hooked on your bike.
Fortunately, DeBeese was not injured in the incident and walked away unharmed. Number 15. In the Supersport final qualifying at Thunderbolt Raceway in New Jersey, Easy Racing's Edgar Zaragoza, also known as the Z-Man, faced a challenging situation. The wet conditions on the track proved to be too tricky. That's when this happened. Despite sliding into a hazardous section of the raceway, Zaragoza was able to walk away from the crash unharmed. Number 14. Taylor Knapp's debut with the Vision Wheel M4 X-Star Suzuki team at Ridge Motorsports Park proved to be challenging.
And that
Taylor Knapp looks like.
Taylor Knapp that's just lost the front. Looks a little bit frustrated with himself, but
During the Medallia Superbike Series, Knapp experienced not one, but two falls. First in Friday morning's Practice 1, and then again in the afternoon's provisional qualifying. Despite these setbacks, Knapp was fortunate to walk away from both incidents without any injuries. Number 13. In a bizarre turn of events during the Medallia Superbike Race 1 at New Jersey Motorsports Park, Vision Wheel Suzuki rider Brandon Posh experienced a terrifying crash.
The way in. So that's worse. You know, all the years that we have been calling races, Greg, I've never seen that happen.
The race conditions were challenging due to the rain, and at a speed of 106 miles per hour, this happened. Posh's bike hydroplaned on the wet track, resulting in loss of control. Miraculously, Posh emerged from this high-speed crash unscathed. Number 12. At the Pittsburgh International Race Complex, known as Pit Race, rider Richie Escalante faced a significant challenge.
3, 6, and 5 for Pete. Oh, as Escalante goes down in turn 3.
During the race, Escalante lost control when he tucked the front, leading to this dramatic scene. Front tuck crashes are common in motorcycle racing, often resulting from a loss of traction at the front wheel. However, for Escalante, he managed to walk away entirely unharmed. Number 11. During a motocross championship, a notable incident occurred involving riders Ty Masterpool and Adam Cianciarulo.
He sees an opportunity to get it, just jumps in there. Now he loses the front end, and then Ty goes for a ride as well. But yeah,
Both riders were involved in a crash, a moment that caught the attention of everyone watching. Fortunately, both Masterpool and Cianciarulo were able to get up after the crash. Masterpool's quick reflexes, likened to those of a cat, were particularly noteworthy, helping him secure a 6th place position despite the setback. Number 10. During the 2017 Atlanta Short Track AFT Twins main event, riders Sammy Halbert and Jared Mees had a notable on-track clash. The incident was a moment of high tension in the race, reflecting the competitive nature of the event. Despite the frustration and intensity of the moment, Jared Mees, upon being brought down, quickly recovered and got up into safety as Halbert continued the race. All in all, there were no injuries resulting from the clash. Number 9. In Race 2 of the AMA Pro Supersport class at Mid-Ohio, rider Stefano Mesa experienced a sudden and dramatic high-side crash. Riding his Ducati, Mesa was instantly thrown off the bike in a classic high-side scenario when this happened. Despite the abruptness of the crash, Mesa displayed remarkable resilience. He immediately rushed towards his bike and got up, indicating his well-being. Number 8. During a 2017 Supersport race at Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta, rider Xavier Zayat was about to go up a hill and into a slight left turn. However, fate had another plan that day.
On the lead, he can put his head down. Oh, big crash! You go up the hill. I'm trying to. Let's see who that is. He gets clipped as he goes.
The sheer force of the high side was so intense that it literally took Zayat right out of his glove. Miraculously, despite the violence of the crash, Zayat was fortunate to escape without any serious injuries. Number 7. During a Motul superbike race at Barber Motorsports Park, Cameron Beaubier had a major crash. The incident, briefly captured on Josh Herron's onboard camera, saw Beaubier go down in a high-stakes moment of the race. Despite the severity of the crash, Beaubier was able to stand up and was confirmed to be okay. Number 6. At Utah Motorsports campus, 4-time Superbike champion Josh Hayes experienced a significant crash.
The puck is no longer. Whoa!
Oh, no!
And it got to him.
Oh,
Man, that's
no.
big time for...
During the race, Hayes and his bike swerved off the track in a dramatic moment. Despite the alarming nature of the crash, Hayes was able to get up immediately, showcasing the toughness and resilience of seasoned racers. Number 5. During the Super Sport Final qualifying at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca, a significant incident occurred involving riders Patrick Coleman and Josh Herron.
Win this year, and a huge crash coming out of the final corner. A couple of riders collide.
Coleman hit a false neutral, an unexpected issue that can occur during gear shifting, leading to a loss of power. This left Herron with no room to maneuver, resulting in this happening. Despite the potential for serious injuries in such situations, both Coleman and Herron were fortunate to walk away without serious harm. Number 4. At Barber Motorsports Park, newly crowned Moto America Supersport champion Bobby Fong experienced a significant crash during the final race of the season. While navigating a tight turn, Bobby lost control of his bike. That's when this happened. Despite the severity of the crash, Fong was able to walk away unharmed. Number 3. At the New Jersey's Motorsports Park, during Race 1, Hayden Gillum, number 69, faced a critical moment that put his Supersport championship hopes in jeopardy. Leading the race, this happened.
When you're tipping into this corner, Greg, you cannot...
down!
Big crash! Hayden Gillum!
Down goes Hayden Gillum!
Gillum lost control in a low-side crash, resulting in his Yamaha flipping wildly in the grass before coming to a stop. Despite the dramatic nature of the crash, Gillum fortunately was not injured. Number 2. During a Medallia Superbike qualifying session, Cam Peterson, riding for Fresh and Lean Progressive Yamaha Racing, experienced a harrowing crash. The incident saw Peterson take a significant tumble, creating a moment of concern for all involved. Despite the severity of the crash, Peterson was unharmed and was declared fit to participate later that very same day. Number 1. During a 2020 Alabama race, Altus Motorsports Supersport rider Jarrett Nassani encountered a significant crash.
He gets in there, oh yeah, he got in too deep, Greg, and then he just got the rear of the bike up off the ground, got thrown up over the front, and he gets run over by the bike. Oh. So it's so easy to get into that turn fast, too fast. If you come here and you watch these races and that bike's... Oof. Ouch. Yeah, that bike did a lot.
The impact of the crash was severe enough to cause considerable damage to Nassani's Suzuki. Despite the extensive damage to his motorcycle, Nassani was fortunate to escape the incident without any serious injuries. If you thought some of these moments were quite breathtaking, then these 30 NASCAR moments you shouldn't click on should give you a hard time falling asleep.